Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages.
Big's Golf Talk.
This is gonna suck. Hey.
A place for information, advice, golf news, golf reviews, and of course, golf humor.
Oh man, I'm taking a leak in my pants.
Big's Golf Talk.
It's showtime, baby.
BiGGs Golf Talk is presented by US Golf Challenge with Tito's Vodka. Qualify for the King's Cup today by participating in a local qualifier near you. Last week, Billy and I mentioned a few qualifiers. We'll go down some list of qualifiers again this week. So head over to usgolfchallenge.com or head over to BiGGs Golf Talk. We have a link on our website as well for you to look up some local qualifiers near you. BiGGs Golf Talk is also sponsored in part by ShotScope. Data is power. Encore Golf. Be more with Encore. Photo Ball Marker. Preserve that memory forever with a photo ball marker today. McNally 22. UFO Tour Golf. Check out all the Folds of Honor gear that UFO Tour Golf has on their website. Ready Putt. Never putt with a dirty ball ever again. Spider Divot Tools. It's the best divot tool for you to use and the safest divot tool for you to use on the green. Connect with BiGGs Golf Talk on the social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Golf Bald. Subscribe to BiGGs Golf Talk on YouTube, in iTunes. We're available on the Google Play Music Store, iHeartRadio, and on Spotify. Our website, www.bigsgolftalk.com, BiGGs golftalk.com. A lot of things on the website. We have a Mother's Day contest, as a matter of fact. We just launched last week. We didn't say anything on the radio about it. However, we're saying it now. Mother's Day giveaway, and it's going to end the day before, I think the Friday before Mother's Day, and then we're going to announce it on the radio as well. So head over to BiGGs Golf Talk. It is a Cleveland ladies wedge, and it's going to be for ladies golfer out there for Mother's Day. Billy and I launched that contest while we were in New Mexico. Big John Vick, the diva, the golf diva, Amanda Robertson, and the golf father, Bill Cuevas, all here with you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I hope everybody has had a great week. I know Billy and I are still probably recovering from all the partying we did in New Mexico.
What's this we stuff? Why is it we? Billy didn't party. Billy just hung. He had a good time. Billy don't party. And you are you still recovering, Biggs?
I am still recovering. I am.
I know.
I'll tell you what, man. When you're not used to going high elevation like we did, because I mean, everywhere we were up in the mountains or something like that. Golfing at Tanawan, what a great golf course that is, and that's the golf course that the Folds of Honor New Mexico Patriot Shootout on September 23rd is going to be taking place at. As a matter of fact, there's going to be a YouTube promo video on our YouTube channel soon. But, everywhere you go, man, you had mountains around you and, hanging out with the Quicks. And the hospitality from the Quicks was just amazing. Had a great time. The food was delicious. We just had a great time all around. Hanging at Twin Peaks. Guys seen us on Facebook Live at Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks, big supporter of the Folds of Honor. So it was just a great week, don't you think?
Yeah, I had a great time. I loved it. I mean, I think one of the best things that I had time-wise was seeing the wild horses. I've never seen wild horses before. Just walking freely, right across the roads and everything like it was nothing.
That's cool.
Yes, that was the highlight for me because I've never ever seen anything like that. So to see that and witness that, I think that was the highlight for me.
As a matter of fact, we had a wild horse that came just right in front of the car. And it's a good thing. I mean, people are very, very, I guess aware because Shayna Quick, who was driving us up to the, Papa Quick and Mama Quick up there, Pat Quick and Jim Quick, we were actually going real slow, and a horse just came out of nowhere and was just right in the middle of the road. A big horse, too. Full-grown adult horse. Yeah. It was just amazing to see that.
It was beautiful. I have no idea how they can run. And there was a lot of them because we saw all of them grazing. There must have been like 30 horses.
Yeah.
All different colors and everything. But they were beautiful horses, man.
Yeah, they were.
It was incredible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they really were.
Amanda, have you ever been to New Mexico?
I have, briefly. I've driven all the way across the United States a couple of times. And so I've passed through, and my mom and I were really into stopping at all, like, the reservations along the way, because we drove, like, the lower states all the way to Florida. And so we had to stop, and I bought moccasins and all the rest. But you know what? New Mexico was great. There's so much beautiful landscape that you don't really even know is there. I don't know. When you think of New Mexico, you think of flat and rocks.
Yeah.
But there really is some really cool landscape. So driving through was really awesome, and we took our time and whatnot.
I'll tell you what, you bring up a good point, Amanda, because one thing that awed me was the architecture.
Yeah.
You know how these homes were built and the way they were built, the stucco kind of look. Kind of taking a little bit of Mexico into the United States, hence the New Mexico part. And the jewelry, you're right. I mean, everything, the Indian-style jewelry. I mean, you go through the airport. The airport's just gorgeous, Albuquerque Airport. And Billy, I don't know if you noticed as you walking through, but they have these little shops that's there and selling, jewelry that was made in New Mexico. It's just amazing. And they
do. They had a lot of wind chimes.
Yes.
They had the dream catchers, all authentic, made from the Indians, American Indians. There's a lot of culture there, a lot of it. And I think the second thing was the hotness of the food,
spiciness. Yes,
everything had spicy. What did it? They used chili, green chili, I guess.
Green chili pepper.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, it was phenomenal, and it's on everything. It doesn't matter where
Amanda,
you go.
Believe it or not, we had green chili biscuits.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my! You know what? I was like kind of skeptical. I'm like, green chili. This ain't. Everything had a nice, easy, hot kick to it.
And it wasn't the same kick, Amanda. It was It was a flavor kick.
Yes.
And it all was a different flavor,
weird.
so not everything tasted like green chili.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And they use that green chili.
I struggle with spicy, so I might struggle there a little bit.
No, it's not. It's not hot though. It's very.
It's the flavor.
Yes, and that's what was so weird because, like, when I ate it, you can like almost taste the green chili parts of it, and you could actually see it, like even in the bread.
Right.
You could see it, but there was like I'm waiting for my eyes to start watering or something, and it never happened. You don't feel that.
When you think of green chili, Amanda, you think of when I eat this thing, I'm probably going to have to drink a half a glass of water. Is that what
it's not like that?
It's not like that whatsoever.
Nope.
Oh my God.
I mean, you could take several bites in a row, and I barely ever touched my drink. I think I ate my whole plate before I even took a sip of anything.
Oh my gosh!
It's the flavor. It wasn't a kick. It was a flavor. Mm-hmm. So it's two different things, right? When you got the flavor of a green chili and you got the kick of a green chili pepper.
Yes. Yeah, I think there's a huge difference. And
I did not know the flavor profile of that. I thought the same way you did, Amanda. I thought the same way Bill did. I thought, okay, and I'm a big spicy guy. I love spice, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buckle in. I love this. I like spicy. I'd never had green chili food before, but it wasn't like that at all. Not at all.
Nope.
Mm-mm. Wow.
No, it was good. Very good. I enjoyed it.
So we had a great trip, though. It was a great trip. Thank you to the Quicks for their hospitality. Shayna, Jim, Pat, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And we did a lot of stuff for Big's Golf Talk out there, talking to golf courses. And Tanawan, once again, thank you for hosting us. We appreciate it. Glenn, Jeremy Cox with an X, C-O-X. He wants everybody to make sure that it has an X in it. Cox. Yes, with an
Cox
X.
with an X, because that's how he was very, very, very keen on that X. Yes.
And one of the things I found very great, was everybody. Everybody we met there, I mean, at the parties and stuff was very nice. Very nice people. So
they were very friendly.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
They call us Yankees, though.
Yes, they did. They did.
Like,
call
what's
us
up with that?
Oh, I thought it was because I'm from the Bronx.
I don't know. Was that the reason? But
I thought because I told everybody I'm from New York.
That one guy, Jack or whatever his name was, he goes, when you introduced yourself and he asked you where you were from, and he goes, "Oh, another Yankee." So I'm like, okay, is he referring to us as Yankees? We,
Yeah, I believe. Well, I don't know. You're a cheesehead, but maybe it was just me. Maybe he met somebody else from New York and we didn't know it, and he just decided to call us Northerners Yankees.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was all in love.
Now, Amanda, we missed you last week on the show. I hope everything is okay now. But
yeah, things are good. Been a little crazy, but I'm surviving.
What's been
running around? My shoulder injury is slowly getting better, so we kind of are getting to the bottom of things. We found out that my T-spine is completely frozen, so that's what's causing all the residual other things that are happening. So it's just one day at a time. We're working on it and trying to get my back with to have some mobility. So.
Well, I hope you get better real soon, and hopefully that this will be a recovery that won't take you out of the picture, totally. So,
I think she might be using the injury so when I challenge her and beat her, that she might refer back to this because now she's gone on air and said that I have an injury and she doesn't have a time frame.
What's going to be really sad is that
when she beats you,
frozen T-spine and a broken little chicken wing, and I come out there and whoop on you.
Oh.
So yeah, that's going to be even worse.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You're such a
I'll bring the doctors. I'll bring my MRI results.
Oh, sure. Anybody can get an MRI result.
Anyone.
Come on. Anyone can do that. We know that.
Bill is from the Bronx. All you have to do is type in MRI results and get buy a link, someone else's.
That's it. There's a link. $5. Buy yours here. Pick your injury. Get a doctor's note.
Yeah, get a doctor's note for free. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Who needs a doctor? Here you go.
Well, we hope you feel better real soon.
Thanks.
Yeah, because
I have my U.S. Open qualifier next Monday, so it better.
Yeah. Well, we'll be praying for you. Hopefully it'll be okay. Yeah, because I don't want any excuses when I whip that butt. You know what I mean?
I'll be fine by then. Don't worry.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not worried. I'm concerned about your shoulder and you using.
You better
excuses.
hope I'm injured because that's the only chance you have.
First off, I would never wish ill on you unless you were playing me. Let's get that straight. Never will I wish anything bad unless you're playing against me. Then all bets are off. But other than that, I'm cheering you on. I'm one of your biggest fans until it's against me. So as long as until it's not. How's that? So yes, you're good until at least July, I believe. So we'll be okay. You have plenty of time to recuperate.
All right, we have a great show in store for you today here on Big's Golf Talk, a new version of On Par with Amanda. And by the way, and something we actually were playing golf in Tanawon, and so we had this thing and last week and a week before we replayed the On Par with Amanda last week, and we never got a chance to talk about that On Par with Amanda. But Billy, pin or no pin?
Honestly, I think the pin stayed in more because of laziness.
Yep.
And everybody that I play with is keeping the pin in, and I don't want to sort of kind of waste the time by telling people to take it out. But I have been taking it out. If I'm really close to it, I'll take it out. If I'm far away from the pin, I don't want to walk all the way to the pin, take it out, and then walk back to my putt. It wastes too much time. But ideally, I don't want the pin in when I'm too close. Because I'm afraid that I'm going to hit that pin and like when we heard on Amanda's, and I've seen it happen. I've seen Ring Around the Rosie and roll right outside of it.
Right.
So I want it to fall in the cup. So I'm sort of from far putts. If I'm going downhill, I'm going to pray that it hits it and stops it. But who knows what's going to happen once it hits the pin? So ideally, I would like it out, but.
15 or more feet for me, I want the pin in. Under 15 feet, I want the pin out.
Yeah.
And I think
I agree. The close ones really throw me for a loop.
Yeah,
you know,
just seeing something in that hole. You know, when you're 6 feet, 10 feet, something in that hole, it just messes with your mind. It just does.
It doesn't it seem to make the hole smaller?
It does.
Really
why do I want to visually see less of something?
Yes,
right.
Exactly. I want to visually see more. I want to see that tiny thing, and then a pole sticking in. Everything just. You know, you go from what's the size? What's the size of the cup, Amanda? I don't even know the dimensions, the circumference of it. Do you know the circumference of the hole? Yeah, right.
What is the standard size of a golf hole? Yeah, 4 1/4 inches in diameter.
4 and
I didn't even know it was that big. I would have said like 3.5.
Well, that's what it looks like. But then when you look at PVC piping and stuff like that, it's more like the 4-inch drainage pipe. So it is pretty big. But when you stick that,
I guess so.
But when you stick that pipe right in the middle of it, it takes that 4-inch circumference and it makes it look like it's about 1 inch all around it.
Yeah.
So that's all it looks like. It makes your eyes like, I went from a 4-inch hole to a 1-inch hole, and I gotta pray it doesn't bounce out. Because ideally, it could. So, yeah, I think it definitely plays tricks on the mind.
What I am looking forward to is to hear the feedback on par with Amanda. That's going to be coming up next here on Biggs Golf Talk. And I'm sure Amanda's got some mixed feedback and mixed comments from different people out there. However, Biggs Golf Talk and Billy put a poll out there. Pin out was the majority of the votes. It wasn't even close. They want the pin out according to the poll. So there you go. But
and in the beginning, Biggs, it was really close.
Yes, it was.
It was running like maybe a 2% difference, if that, and it just kept flip-flopping in the beginning, and then pin out ended up just coming on big and ended up taking it, which surprised me, because a lot of the newer golfers, they were like, leave it in.
Yep.
And then when the big guys started getting, they're like, nope, it got to come out.
All right, let's
pretty good.
Let's take this break, and when we come back, Amanda's going to take over, and we're going to hear all the comments and her brand new On Par with Amanda segment right here on Biggs Golf Talk. We'll be right back right after this.
Hey, everyone. Biggs Golf Talk is now on iHeartRadio. Download the app for free or go to iHeart.com and search for Biggs Golf Talk. Be sure to save us as a favorite so that you'll know when we're on. Join the millions of iHeartRadio listeners and listen to Biggs Golf Talk. Golf Talk for golfers.
The United States Golf Challenge, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, is in its 5th season of identifying the best 2-person amateur teams in the country. 8 teams in 4 flights, in 2 age divisions, represent Team USA in a Ryder Cup-style competition with their international counterparts in the King's Cup. We're looking for amateur golfers like you. The King's Cup is played in honor of golf's greatest ambassador, Mr. Arnold Palmer, whose honesty, integrity, sportsmanship, and commitment to excellence represent the ideals for which the game of golf is known. The road to the King's Cup begins with a local qualifier. Over 100 local qualifiers will be conducted throughout the U.S. beginning in February. By finishing in the top 30% of their local qualifier, teams earn their way into the USGC King's Cup National Qualifier. The USGC is also looking for golf courses to host qualifiers. For information or to search for a local qualifier, the USGC website is www.usgolfchallenge.com.
This is a commercial for golfers. Take the next step to improving your game with ShotScope and discover your strengths and weaknesses. Analyze statistics on your clubs, tee shots, approaches, short game, and putting. ShotScope V2 is the golf watch that combines GPS distances with automatic performance tracking. Once you have it, you won't want to play around without it. Check out ShotScope.com to take your game to the next level.
It's time for commentary, opinion, and controversy. On Par with Amanda. And here's the golf diva, Amanda Robertson.
Good morning, boys and girls. We are well on our way into May, and I am excited. It has been a great month and a half of doing On Par with Amanda, and we are excited to keep moving forward, giving you guys my opinion. I hope everyone is starting their weekend off with a bang and having a blast listening to Big's Golf Talk. So let's dive right in. Last week I had Sean Stone, who is a TPI certified personal trainer in Scottsdale, Arizona, on with me just to, change things up a bit. And so we talked about the flag in or the flag out. And while Sean had a very strong opinion of the flag in, I, on the other hand, of course, had to have the very opposite opinion of having the flag out. I believe that anything inside of 20 feet, I'm just so accustomed to seeing the flag out. I want to see more space. I want to see where the ball needs to go rather than limit my target. And I don't want it to feel like I'm having to force a golf ball into the hole. In my brain, I want to see it just drop in. And I think it's just what you're accustomed to, because that's something that we've always done. Now, to Sean's defense, there's a lot of research out there saying that actually the flag in has shown great research that we need it in, and it actually helps you out, and it grabs the ball. It stops the errant shots from going across the green. And I guess that's where we go back to. It's based on level of play and confidence in what you're doing. So if I'm blading chip shots across the green, I'm hitting putts that are way too hard, sure, I want the flag in. I want it to stop that errant shot. Maybe it keeps my ball from going in the water. Maybe, it helps overall cut down on strokes. But for the average to pretty good player, I would still say that I'm fighting for it out. And so we keep going back and forth, and we hear it all day long. I did get a few people with their opinions. Mike says, I love having the pin in for long putts. It just seems to help for my depth perception. Inside 15 feet, I really don't care either way. So this is a good point. Depth perception is huge. I don't have the best eyesight in the world, and I do struggle a lot with putting. I line my putts up with one eye closed and standing over the golf ball. There's a lot of things that you do to help yourself. And I think for Mike and this statement, I agree. If it helps you mentally, anything, whether it's a placebo effect in life or not, I think you have to do it. I don't care. If I'm 40 feet out, sure, leave the pin in. I'm not trying to make it anyway. I'm trying to have a good lag putt. And lag putting is about depth perception, and it is about getting it to the hole. 15 feet in, you better pull the pin when you play with me, because I absolutely do not like it in. So moving right along to this week's topic, I am very excited. I am a huge Tiger Woods fan, and I always have been. I know that we had a little talk about who was going to win the Masters here on Big's Golf Talk, and for me, I'm always rooting for Tiger. I am always in his corner. I don't always pick him, and he has been going through a struggle, and he has been doing his thing. I am so beyond excited that he won the Masters, and he's so good for the game of golf, as we all know. Now, I came across this article, and the title of this article was called The Occasional Golfer. This absolutely infuriated me. Now, there's more to the article, which I'll get into, but as someone uses the term occasional golfer means someone that casually, once in a while, goes out and plays. Whether it's with buddies or coworkers, or that's the occasional golfer. And I know there's a little satire in this title. It's not, it's a little bit of wordplay, but that's what an occasional golfer is. Tiger works every single day on his golf game. And whether he is competing week after week after week, or he's choosing to take a couple weeks off, he's still not ever, even remotely in the slightest, considered the occasional golfer. Now, let's get to what the article was about and why they're calling him the occasional golfer. So they started this kind of this uproar about Tiger taking time off between the Masters and the PGA Championship. Now, before I get into my opinion, the article continues to say that Tiger made a statement. He says, right after the Masters, he said, I don't mind telling you, I'm really sore. This was a post-Masters press conference. He said, I definitely won't be touching a golf club tomorrow. Now, we've seen Tiger with all of his ups and downs as far as his back and his knees. And, he's not 20 anymore. And to be honest, it doesn't take much in the golf world to have your body want to fail on you. We're asking a lot of it, and Tiger is just at that next echelon altogether. So, yeah, of course, taking time off is his decision. He said, I'm not going to tee it up at Quail Hollow for the Wells Fargo because I'm going to get better so I can play in the PGA Championship the way I want to play. Now, the article goes back to, and by the way, this is Golf World. It's golfdigest.com is where the article is from. And so they said, oh man, he's taken 2 weeks off. You have to, why wouldn't he play at Quail Hollow? Because it's a great place for him to play before going to Bethpage Black. But I don't think that it's that important if your body's not well. I think it's more important for him to go out to the championship and feel good and be confident. They make a statement, and I've heard a lot of people say this, you got to get into a rhythm. So when I started playing professional golf, the biggest piece of advice I heard was you got to get into a rhythm. You got to learn what it feels like to play 3 weeks in a row, 1 week off, 3 weeks in a row. And I did that in the beginning. And let me tell you, I was beat up after that, but I learned a lot. Tiger is past this amateur startup, guys. He has been doing this for so long. He knows exactly what his routine is. He knows exactly the way he needs to prep for a tournament, and he knows his body. This late in the game, he definitely has to take care of that first. And so when I see people question his decisions, guys, he knows what he's doing. Let the man do his job correctly. This is where I get so frustrated because he's 43 years old. He definitely knows how to handle his career. And so, of course, we've got to get people jumping in the mix saying, oh, God, there must be something wrong because he's taking time off. Or do you think that was the smart play? And maybe that's the fun of controversial topics, because otherwise I wouldn't be doing On Par with Amanda if there was nothing to talk about. But, I just think that when you look at facts and you look at his body altogether, why wouldn't he take time off? I think any logical human being would understand why. But here is where I'm seeing why people fall into this, oh, I can't believe he's not playing. Because Tiger is golf. We want to see him play. Of course we all want to see him play week after week. It's exciting. We finally got Tiger to pull up and win. And, that's huge for golf. That's huge for his career. So I thought this was interesting. So we had National Golf Day this week, and there was a statement that was made, and I have to read this because it's Golf WRX. They made a statement, and it says, Tiger Woods, they were talking about he wasn't in Washington for National Golf Day, but there was so much impact from him winning the Masters. And I thought this was interesting because it says, when you're trying to look beyond the hardcore golf enthusiast, you're trying to capture kind of the casual masses in golf. And you know what always collectively brings those masses together? The people that aren't the hardcore, that knows all about golf, everybody roots for Tiger. When you ask people that don't play golf, they're just the casual once in a while golfer, and you say, tell me your favorite part of golf. Tell me your favorite player in golf. They always say Tiger Woods. And that's what's keeping everybody involved in the sport and in the game. So, it's kind of one of those things. So Patrick Reish, he's the director of sports business program at Washington University in St. Louis, and he was asked about the impact of Tiger Woods and from his Masters, and that's where that statement came from. He just said, it's Tiger. It is only Tiger. And that is what my point is. If he is not healthy, if he is, he knows himself. He doesn't have to justify why he takes a couple weeks off before the PGA Championship. And so I get frustrated because, they make comments like, well, he's an older athlete. Well, sure, he is an older athlete compared to the 22-year-olds, but it doesn't matter. Older, young, your body is your body. You don't get to choose, that it needs help. It needs prep work in a certain way. So I give him much kudos to just keep doing what he's doing, and obviously it's working. He's the greatest we'll ever see in the game of golf, and there's so many people that just are there to criticize, and it just infuriates me. So they make a comparison into other sports like Major League Baseball. It said in 2018, no Major League pitcher threw more than 2 complete games. There were 8 who did so. In all, there were 34 complete games thrown by pitchers for the season 50 years earlier. So there you go. It's across any sport. You can't go out there and just expect your body to be perfect. We're not a robot. Tiger Woods is not a robot. And obviously his body needs time to adjust and heal. And pouring as much as he did into the Masters is really, really, I'm sure, going to take a toll for a little bit of time. So why not give yourself some rest, calm back down to a normal level, if there is a normal level for Tiger Woods, and get back at it at the PGA Championship. So I commend you, Tiger. I think, obviously, my opinion is small, but I think it's doing wonders for golf, and keep doing what you're doing. So with that said, folks, please write in. Please let me know what you think. Tiger is such a big topic. I know a lot of you hold strong opinions. I would love to hear from some of you that aren't Tiger fans. What do you think? So write me at, you can contact me on my Instagram at arobertsongolf. You can slide on into my DMs and shoot me a message. I will definitely answer back. Also write into Biggs Golf Talk, BiGGs, golftalk@gmail.com. And in the line, put on par with Amanda, so I know you're talking to me. Well, guys, that is all I have for this Saturday, and until next time, keep swinging for par.
That was a great segment by Amanda Robertson. Keep swinging for par, people. Keep swinging for par. On Par with Amanda, sponsored by Backswing Golf Events. Listen, folks, if you're looking for classy ladies to come and raise money for your event or your charity, as a matter of fact, BackswingGolfEvents.com is the only place you need to go to and book these lovely ladies for your event to raise money and entertain the golfers in your event. Backswing Golf Events is the place for your event today.
Having a corporate or charity golf event? Backswing Golf Events can supply your tournament with personable, professional golfers to entertain and fundraise on the golf course. They can accommodate any size group, whether it be 3 players to 500. They are your team. From range lessons, Beat the Pro, and Pro-Am style roaming, they're making lasting memories one swing at a time. So make sure to check out BackswingGolfEvents.com or call us direct at 661-316-3093 and book your pros now.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap, already providing over 10,000 scholarships. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
Golf is a dirty game. It's time to clean it up with Ready Pot. the only putter cover with a built-in ball cleaner and magnetic surface. Clean balls roll accurately, meaning you make more putts. Sink more, swear less. Clean up your game with Ready Putt.
This is the Golf Life Report. I'm Travis Harper. Golf Life recently caught up with touring pro AJ Silverman and some other golfers to see what they thought of the new 257 plus high heat fairway woods from Knuth Golf.
So that shot there was majority on the heel, glided right through the turf, solid contact, great launch angle, really solid sound, great distance. With the technology behind this club, it's eliminating off-center hits and fat shots that are allowing you to get really good trajectory. It actually looks really good. It allows you to set up and make a really good swing.
Felt great. Solid contact, felt like a flush ball. Good high ball flight, which is what I would like. For amateurs, those kinds of things are important. Any club that helps straighten out your mishits is a plus for an amateur golfer.
When you mishit it, it doesn't feel like you've mishit it. Even though you hit on the heel, it still feels like it might have hit right in the square.
I was surprised how I could get this one up. When I immediately hit it, the first thing was just it launched. So that to me was the biggest surprise, because when I hit my other 3-woods, the Callaways or Pings or any of the other ones that I tried, it was just I could not get it high enough. But that one does everything that I would want in a club and a 3-wood for sure.
I think it's a market that's being missed by the major manufacturers, that they forget about the ease of use of actually hitting it and putting it in play. So where having the increased distance, the CG and higher CT, it just makes it a more forgiving club that anybody can play. It absolutely is a great club.
As always, for the best video golf tips, gear reviews, course and trial features, and PGA player profiles, check out golflife.com or follow us on facebook.com/golflife or on Instagram @golflifetv. I'm Travis Harper, and that is this week's Golf Life Report.
The Spider Divot Tool's revolutionary new design is better for greens and makes ball mark repairs easy. No sharp ends or dirt in your pocket, the Spider achieves amazing results with little or no skill. With a simple push-pull action, the Spider makes ball marks disappear quicker and better for a smoother putting surface. The Spider includes a magnetic ball marker and is made of milled aluminum to last a lifetime. It also makes a great gift for your next tournament and that special golfer who has it all. The Spider tool from Instagolf is a must-have in every golfer's bag. For more information about the Spider Divot Tools, their website is www.spiderdivottools.com and enter promo code BIGG Golf Talk to get 10% off your purchase. www.spiderdivottools.com. The Spider Divot Tools is the official divot tool of BiGGs Golf Talk. A golf ball that performs for you. The Encore Avant 55, hot off the tee, a formulated core that delivers more energy and utilizes soft cell technology to achieve ultra-low 55 compression. This blend of innovation and simplicity provides more distance and greater feel. The Caliber. Maximum accuracy. A patent hollow metal core creates significant rifle spin while reducing side spin, allowing the ball to travel along a straighter trajectory. The Encore Elixir Tour Ball, hot list winner. The premium cast urethane cover delivers a soft and pure feel off the club face and gives the Elixir ultimate greenside control, durability, and unmatched putting performance. Be sure to check out their combo packages and sign up for the loyalty program. Gift cards are also available. For more information, their website is www.encoregolf.com. And be more with Encore. Welcome back to BiGGs Golf Talk, right here on the Lake County Sports Network, Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and on your Alexa devices as well. Big John Vick, along with the Golf Father, Bill Cuevas, and the Golf Diva, Amanda Robertson, the threesome, wrapping up the first hour, and then Amanda has to go to work. She can't stay with us for the second hour. That's okay. We forgive you, Amanda.
Aw, so sad.
But listen, I want to talk about something because we just heard On Par with Amanda, and I really want to touch base on this real quick. And usually I wait till the next week, but I'm fired up about this. just as you were fired up, Amanda, on your segment, but I'm fired up about this. I want to talk about this Tiger Woods thing. And I want to talk about the schmuck that decided to put a question mark. Tiger Woods, occasional golfer, question mark? Screw you. It is not What?
I love it. I love it.
It is not uncommon for the Masters champion. For one thing, they have obligations to the media as a Masters champion and represent the Masters, right? And Augusta National.
Correct.
Okay, so it is not uncommon for the Masters champion to take 3 to 4 tournaments off after the Masters. Am I right?
Yeah, which is a great point, because I actually didn't even touch on the fact that they have media obligations, which take up, the whole next week of their stuff. But I didn't even touch on that topic. But yes, I'm in agreement. I think that's a huge part of it. And, and as we heard on Par, I talked a lot about how Tiger was very open to say, yeah, I'm sore. I'm worn out.
Right, yeah.
I've been along 4 days, and I just won a tournament, a major, and I'm beat, and my back it needs a rest. And I mean, for goodness gracious, he's got his career on lockdown, folks. Why does everyone feel the need that they need to throw their 2 cents in? He knows what he's doing, guys.
These are the same people that said he'd never win a Masters again.
Right. Yeah. They got to bitch about something.
Yeah, they're always going to complain about whatever he does. Whatever he does, they're going to micromanage what he does and where is he doing it. So they don't want to leave him alone. It's terrible.
It is horrible, Billy. And Amanda, you know of anybody. If you have not golfed on a tour and golfed in a major tournament, especially a major on the PGA Tour that just takes every piece of energy out of you, any major does. I don't care if it's the Masters, the U.S. Open, the British Championship. I don't care which major it is. It takes a lot out of you, especially if you win that. And to golf at Augusta National, folks, it's not an easy task. And you are probably hurting afterwards. I have never done it, so I can't speak to it. But I know a lot of professional golfers that have been there, and I have talked with them about it, and they're like, yeah, I've watched that thing on TV before, and it's nothing compared to actually golfing that course. It's not an easy task.
Yeah.
And again, being a Masters champion, you have obligations. You have obligations to Augusta National itself by giving them the recognition in the media. You have obligations to the Masters tournament, as there's a committee that says, hey, you need to go here, here, and here to represent the green jacket. I mean, late night show TV appearances. He's going to be going to the White House and meet with the president. I know he's getting a lot of flack for that. But let me tell you something. Every single president has invited the Masters champion to the White House. Yeah. That's not uncommon.
Well, and I think what really kind of lights my fire with this situation is that, I mean, I know it's just a title and it was more of a play on words as far as an occasional golfer, obviously. But, on Par, I stated an occasional golfer is someone who occasionally picks up a golf club and goes out and plays maybe a couple times. The fact of the matter is, even when Tiger Woods, or anyone for that matter, that is doing it for a living, takes off a couple weeks between tournaments, that doesn't mean that they sit there and don't pick up a club.
Right.
It means that they work on their game. They're letting their body kind of reset, reheal. I do that. And I am, I have my own set of injuries. Everyone goes through and takes care of their body as need be. And so it's frustrating because Tiger Woods, at 43 years old, everyone is trying to tell him how he needs to run his career. I think he's got it, guys. He's good. He's been doing it for how long? And it's been working. But, of course, like Bill said, everyone that are the ones that are, bringing up this controversy or this turmoil, they're the ones that they've never done it. They're not even athletes. So, I'm like, get on with it. Like, let's stop talking about it, folks. But I guess if we stopped talking about it, we wouldn't have something controversial to talk about. So,
you know what? You know what? If this guy, whoever wrote this and whoever put this title out there, occasional golfer question mark, here, let me call you something. A quarterback golfer. Why don't you come out and play some golf and get yourself on a tour? Oh, that's right. You're not that good.
They got Biggs upset now, too.
No, that got me fired up. Listen, I'm not personally a Tiger Woods fan. I don't like the guy personally, but I respect the hell out of him as a professional golfer.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that's the thing. That's what has always been my stand with Tiger. Look, he's not up there to be a role model. He's a great golfer, and he's great, but no one said, hey, no, personal life aside, we're talking golf here, folks, and he's one of the strongest influences in golf that has ever been. And so then it's hilarious to me because I read another article that talked about the influence he has, and they said, when we're trying to pick up the other people outside of the golf nerds and the golf nuts out there that love and follow all the players, who does everyone automatically say when they think of golf? When they're, just an occasional golfer, or they're just, everyone goes, oh, Tiger Woods. But that's his presence that he has in the game. So why are we knocking him for a career choice that's going to maybe keep him around a little longer by preserving his back?
Absolutely. And here's the other thing, Amanda and Bill. I will say this, and Bill, you and I have talked about this and beat a dead horse with this. But when Tiger Woods is on TV and Tiger Woods is in the field, tell me one other golfer, any other golfer that's on the tour right now that puts people in the seats and gets the TV ratings. Right now, nobody has stepped up to the plate for that out of the young guns. There's only one guy that continues to do it, even in the age of 42, and that is Tiger Woods.
Yep. And I agree. And I don't know. It's just funny. People always have to give their 2 cents in that regard. And I'm like, just leave them alone, folks. But I guess, it gets the pot stirred, and, we get to wait and watch him win again.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see him play well again. I mean, even if he gets in the top 10, let me tell you something. At his age right now, top 10 is not bad at all. So, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right.
And he can also work his way to the bank.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's what's funny. He doesn't need the money.
Right.
He doesn't need to. No. He doesn't need to do it.
He's got his restaurants and everything else. He doesn't need that.
He has everything. He doesn't need to keep doing it. He wants to do it. He loves the game, and indirectly, whatever, he is giving back to everybody. Because without him, golf needs Tiger Woods.
I want to retract to something else. I mentioned that I don't like the man Tiger Woods, okay? And I personally don't like him as a person itself, but I respect him as a golfer, and part of that golfing is outside of the golf course and what he does for charity as a person. That I respect.
Yeah.
Okay?
For sure.
But other than that, I don't care if I ever get an autograph from him. I don't care if I ever, talk to him. I don't even care if I ever have him on the show. I just respect him as a golfer itself and what he does for our industry that we so dear love. And that's what people should look at. So, all right. Now that we wrapped up on par with Amanda, and Amanda got me all fired up. I was listening to that segment. I was like, oh, wait till we get back on the air. Oh, man, I got something to say. All right, so let's talk about some events that we got coming up, guys. Amanda, you will be joining us July, Billy, 8th or the 9th? 8th.
Yeah.
In Indiana for Folds of Honor shootouts in Indiana. Looking forward to that. And there's still spots open for golfers, spots open for sponsorships. You can always visit foldsoфhonor.com and click on chapters and then choose Indianapolis, or Indiana rather, and you be able to take part in that. And Billy, that's going to be a good. It's always a fun tournament that we take part in all the time.
Yeah, I like. This is number 3, right? 3rd year in a row.
4.
4.
Yes.
I knew it was something like that, but yeah, it's one of my favorites. The one that we've done from the very beginning. In Indiana, spending a couple of days, they treat us really well out there, and I'm looking forward for the reunited tour because that's the only time we get to reunite.
Yeah.
Reunited and it
feels so good.
So good.
Amanda, your first time last year at this tournament, what was your thought of it?
I thought it was great. I had a blast. It was awesome. I obviously got to play with you guys, so that was fun. Got to, go tear it up on the golf course. But, the feel at this event was such such a gathering of people that really support a cause. And, you get that at some tournaments, but I'm telling you, when I was there, you could really feel the love and the support for both. And it was such an incredible thing to be a part. Yeah, it was just very all-inclusive, and I loved that. I loved that even though it was a big event, it was very intimate. And I like those events because I feel like they just are very supportive of such a strong cause, and they're there for the right reasons.
Absolutely. The most current event we have coming up is Bay Hill. Arnold Palmer, Bay Hill, and Golf Club coming up in just a couple weeks. Billy, you and I will be at the National Kings Cup representing USGC and Tito's Vodka, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. Looking forward to golfing at Bay Hill. We got live shows. Team USA is taking on Ireland. It's going to be a huge event.
Absolutely, and we encourage everybody to head over to BiggsGolfTalk.com, BIGGS GolfTalk.com, for a list of all our live events that we are going to be participating in. And every single one of them will have a live show involved in there for Biggs Golf Talk. So not only do you get the Saturday show, but you get a bonus show for the week as well. So we're looking forward to doing that, a 2-hour show or a 90-minute show, either one, whatever time allows us to do. So head over to BiggsGolfTalk.com. Also, head over to BiggsGolfTalk.com for your chance to find out a local qualifier for USGC. Yep. So that way you possibly could be playing for the Kings Cup next year in Ireland. And, Billy, that alone right there should want to get everybody playing in a qualifier to get over to Ireland and play a golf course and take on Ireland in our home field.
Yeah, they already have like 6 events scheduled. If they don't have one in your town, hook up with your golf course, have them reach out. Let's get one set up in your town.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Also, we want to talk about a giveaway. As a matter of fact, we have an announcement to make for our giveaway, our winner. So, but before we tell you about that, we still have one giveaway going on for Mother's Day that we're going to pick a winner next week here on Biggs Golf Talk. And it is a women's Cleveland wedge, and we're going to give one away for Mother's Day to that lady golfer in your life or the mom in your life. And Amanda, you should be familiar with these wedges, are you?
Yes, I definitely am, and they are good. It's amazing. Companies are coming out with wedges that are definitely, it used to be there was only one company that was a front runner, and now I'm just getting so impressed where now I'm more apt to go out and try different wedges and actually feel comfortable leaving that front running company, and so they're a hot commodity right now. So get them while you can.
Absolutely. So you have a chance to win one of your own for that lady golfer in your life by heading over to BiggsGolfTalk.com. And also, this is an Instagram contest, so you're going to have to enter at Biggs Golf Talk and then follow the rules. Go to Instagram. You got to follow Cleveland Golf and follow Biggs Golf Talk and tag friends in the comment section for your entry to be valid. So head over there and read the rules to it, and good luck. We're going to pick that winner. Now, it's time to announce the winner. Big thank you to Big Max Golf, because Big Max Golf has really stepped up to the plate, guys, has given us many giveaways so far this year to give away. They have given us bags, they have given us a cart to give away, and everything else. This week, or this month, actually, this past month, we've had a contest for an aqua bag, and Billy, you are very familiar with this bag.
I love the bag. I was the first one to have it in the United States.
You were. Yep. I remember because you took it away from the PGA show. I wonder if they still realize you did take it.
I didn't take it. It was handed to me.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I'm just teasing. Yes, it was.
Oh.
But this bag is completely waterproof. So whoever wins this bag is going to be one lucky person. And Amanda, as a pro, how important is it to have your bag waterproof?
Oh, yeah, that's huge. Just simple things like gloves. So I always put, if it's going to rain, you put your gloves in like Ziploc bags and that kind of stuff to keep them dry. But, the last thing I want is the bag to just be drenched in everything, all the contents inside. My grips on my club even get wet when my bag gets drenched. So that is a really great thing to have if it's available.
Absolutely. And the winner of The Big Mac's Aqua bag is Justice Bex. Congratulations, Justice Bex. You are the winner. You have 7 days from when this podcast is posted to contact us and acknowledge you're the winner and get us your information so we can get you the bag. So congratulations to Justice Bex. Good luck to everybody else that's going to enter the Cleveland Wedge, and we have the next contest that will be posted soon. So look forward to that on Big's Golf Talk. Look on our social media. Make sure you follow us and subscribe to us on YouTube as well. So at the beginning, I said that Amanda was going to be leaving us at this top of the hour, but Amanda, I just found out from our producer who just whispered in my ear that you're going to be sticking around for the next 2 segments coming out to lead off hour number 2. So you're going to stick around?
I am going to stick around. Who wants to leave Biggs and the Golf Father?
Me! So Amanda has some time to kill here on Big's Golf Talk, and she's going to then take off after the 2 segments. But Amanda, thanks for sticking around. We appreciate it. And we're going to head into our break here and then kick off hour number 2 on Big's Golf Talk. We'll be right back right after this. What's up, golfers around the world? It's your buddy, Big John Vic from Big's Golf Talk on the Lake County Sports Network. You know what day it is. I know what day it is. Yo, Caleb C. and DJ Maximus, let's do this.
TGIF. Thank golf it's Friday. TGIF. Thank golf it's Friday.
Hey, it's Friday. Also, grab your clubs and grab your balls. Call your friends, you better take them. If you got plans, you better break them. Got work or school? Not me either. Calling out sick, I got golf fever. Hey, let me hear you say, thank golf it's Friday.
TGIF. Thank golf it's Friday. TGIF. Thank golf it's Friday. TGIF. Where my golf is at, where my golf is at. Okay. TGIF. I thank golf is Friday.
Friday, it's Friday. It's my day, gonna do it my way. Having fun on the course? You better believe. Watch the ball drop like it's New Year's Eve. Buy golf swag cause it just got paid. Sink putts and drink golfery. Yeah, I love Friday golf. Start the weekend right by teeing off. Hit the long ball, no slice like Kimbo. Score lower than Flow Rider, doing the limbo. In golf I trust, break it down, GG Maximus.
TGIF. 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 I thank golf it's Friday. TGIF. I thank golf it's Friday. TGIF. If you're rolling with young Caleb C. Okay. TGIF. I thank golf it's Friday.
This goes out to all the golfers around the world.
Yeah. TGIF.
Thank golf it's Friday.
TGIF.
It's my day, gonna do it my way.
TGIF.
Thank golf it's Friday.
TGIF. Thank golf it's Friday. TGIF. If you're rolling with young Caleb C. Okay. TGIF. Where my golf is at, where my golf is at. Okay. TGIF. I thank golf it's Friday.
Still using an old golf GPS watch? It's time to upgrade to ShotScope. ShotScope isn't just a golf watch, it's a fully automated golf performance tracking system on your wrist. ShotScope gives you access to over 100 tour-level statistics, get putting analysis, short game breakdown, even find out how far you're booming your driver. All data is captured automatically by the groundbreaking ShotScope golf performance tracking system. ShotScope, the ultimate golf watch. Find out more at shotscope.com.
The United States Golf Challenge, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, is in its 5th season of identifying the best 2-person amateur teams in the country. 8 teams and 4 flights in 2 age divisions represent Team USA in a Ryder Cup-style competition with their international counterparts in the King's Cup. We're looking for amateur golfers like you. The King's Cup is played in honor of golf's greatest ambassador, Mr. Arnold Palmer, whose honesty, integrity, sportsmanship, and commitment to excellence represent the ideals for which the game of golf is known. The road to the King's Cup begins with a local qualifier. Over 100 local qualifiers will be conducted throughout the U.S. beginning in February. By finishing in the top 30% of their local qualifier, teams earn their way into the USGC King's Cup National Qualifier. The USGC is also looking for golf courses to host qualifiers. For information or to search for a local qualifier, the USGC website is www.usgolfchallenge.com.
Hey, this is Boxer Shorts, and I've got some big news. BiGGs Golf Talk is now on iHeartRadio. You can download their app for free or go to iHeart.com and search for BiGGs Golf Talk. And make sure while you're there that you favorite us so that you'll know when we're on. Join all the other millions of listeners on iHeartRadio and listen to BiGGs Golf Talk. We're the best. Right.
Kicking off hour number 2 on BiGGs Golf Talk, and it's sponsored by U.S. Golf Challenge with Tito's Vodka. Qualify for the King's Cup today by participating in a qualifier near you. For a local qualifier near you, head over to BiggsGolfTalk.com, BIGGS golftalk.com. Right at the homepage, scroll down, you're going to see a video and a link for a local qualifier near you, and we hope that we will see you at the Nationals for qualifying for the King's Cup, International King's Cup. As a matter of fact, Bill and I will be at Bay Hill, Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill and Lodge. It's just a couple weeks here, Billy, and we are going to be there for the 2019 International King's Cup.
Yes, I'm excited for that. My first time in Bay Hill, and I live in Florida. I've been dying to go there, so, and we're going to be golfing too.
Yeah.
So we're covering, and we get to golf. I mean, so that's like super, super cool.
That's
Imagine
right.
that. How many people get to say they get to do that? We get to cover the USGC, and we get to golf.
Not only that, but we get to golf with the head guy from Tito's Vodka.
Yeah, well, yeah, we have Bill from Tito's Vodka, and then we have Patrick from the USGC, so we're going with the big dogs.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to that as well. You know, Bill, it's well known on how this show, you and I, we support many, many charities, especially the Folds of Honor, and we've had a lot of Folds of Honor on this show. But when we hear of other charities, in my case, I like to support Umps Cares, Big Brothers Big Sisters, national wide, and other charities as well. And you and I were in New Mexico, and you got to have a conversation with someone that started talking about the ALS. And for those that don't know ALS, it's Lou Gehrig's disease, and it's really a disease that we just needs money to find a cure because it is just deadly, 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 and it's not a good disease to have. And Billy, talk about the conversation that you had in New Mexico with our next guest, Jamie Cox. Cox with an X, by the way. Yes. You've heard Jeremy Cox on this show, his name mentioned. Cox with an X. So we want to make that sure we say that. Cox with an X. So you had the opportunity to talk with his wife, Jamie Cox, about the ALS Foundation in New Mexico and an event that they got coming up on May 20th.
Yeah, it's actually Swing for a Cure, Bud Nilsson Memorial Golf Tournament. And, she told me about the inception, how it all started and everything. And when I was listening to her story, I just got caught up in the whole entire thing, what they were doing, how they were doing it. And the more she spoke about how they were helping others, and I'm a firm believer if you have a problem, and we have this conversation ourselves off the air, how if we have issues in our lives, it's always better to attack from the front, to think about what's ahead as opposed to what we're dealing with right now. Get in front of it so we can be better prepared on how to deal with things. And I was just listening to her talk, and I just got caught up in it because it's like, wow. We didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know how devastating it was. And when you listen to people impact, we focus a lot on the Folds of Honor and how it impacts so many. But ALS impacts a lot of people, and a lot of people aren't prepared. just like when we lose a soldier and their family, they're not prepared. Nobody's ever prepared for that. And while it's not a great situation, they're helping people along the process to get ahead, let them know what's going to happen, because we get caught up in the moment, and emotions run, and sometimes that hurts the people, yourself and the people that are suffering from this disease. And I think what they're doing and how they're doing it, it just so happened to be through a golf tournament that they're raising a lot of money and they have a lot of supporters. And I think it's amazing what they're doing overall.
Absolutely. So let's bring our next guest, and we're truly honored to have her here on Biggs Golf Talk. Jamie Cox with an X. Welcome into Biggs Golf Talk, and please start off by telling us your story about your dad.
Thank you. Yeah, it's so great to be out here. I really appreciate you shining a light on this tournament, on this disease, and really what we're doing here to help our fellow New Mexicans who are also dealing with this. So in 2008, my dad was diagnosed with ALS at the age of 62. And, I remember when my mom mentioned it to me that they were testing him for that, I looked at her like, you've got to be kidding me. That's such a rare disease. There's no way this could be the case. And then sure enough, after a few months of testing and a visit to the Mayo Clinic and so on and so forth, his diagnosis was confirmed. So for us and our family, we were just totally taken off guard. Once we kind of learned about the disease and what it was just, we knew you knew Lou Gehrig, you knew what it was about to the degree that it was a terminal disease, but at the same time, we were just kind of shocked and in disarray at that point because you're trying to deal with that. So my dad began to receive treatment through a clinic in San Antonio, Texas, which is where both of my sisters lived, and they still live there today. And so we were fortunate enough that he was able to travel there to begin, his care. And it's not really treatment in the sense that it's more you go in and to the clinic and they do assessments to kind of see where you're at. Every quarter or so we would go in and they would do the different assessments to see where, how the disease had progressed and talk with him about what he's doing and how he's feeling and, what's happening and so forth. And I went to clinic one time with him and my mom and my sisters, and we all, kind of went in just to see the doctors. And I have to tell you, it was in retrospect, it was quite amazing. Of course, when you're in the moment, it was devastating because it was overwhelming. You saw patients in all different stages of the disease, and so you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is what's coming up, and what are we going to be faced with, and so forth. But then at the same time, all of the providers, all of the neurologists, everybody that we saw, was just, they were incredibly helpful to, help us get ahead of what we would, what potentially he would be experiencing in the next 90 days. And so they would, do all their assessments and make their recommendations and order equipment and all of these different, it was just really incredible, the amount of assistance we received at those clinic visits. And as we were kind of settling in with the disease, we started to look around what was available here locally in Albuquerque, and we couldn't find hardly anything. We had an association that was just brand new. We had a part-time director, a part-time manager, and a very small equipment loan closet. And when you're going through, when you have a family member that's going through this disease, it's very expensive because the equipment is very specialized, and Medicare covers a portion of it, but not necessarily all of it. And always do this back and forth in terms of trying to get what you need, and so that is incredibly helpful because it cuts down on any kind of lead time or wait time and all this sort of thing. So as we were looking around, there was we got into touch with the association and they would hold some support group meetings, every couple of weeks, but that was kind of it. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of support. We didn't have anybody here locally that was specialized, in terms of any of the therapies. There wasn't anybody here that was, helping us coordinate care. And so we had to rely, on the folks in San Antonio, which they were incredibly helpful, and they were used to working with people out of town and that sort of thing because that San Antonio clinic covered a large area of South Texas. But, it was one of those things where we were shocked at how little was available here locally. So, my dad continued his care through in the San Antonio clinic until he was no longer able to travel. And so, and like I said, we were fortunate enough. And at that time as well, a lot of people went over to Mayo Clinic. So again, for anybody in New Mexico who was dealing with this disease, it meant a lot of travel. And once somebody begins to lose their mobility, that becomes very difficult. So, long story short, we kind of looked around and tried to figure out how we could help in our local area to see what we could do to kind of boost the association. And in 2009, they had their first tournament. So we signed up for it. My mom and I signed up for it, and we went out and we had, there was a foursome, and we went out to the tournament, and there was wasn't really a tournament as much as it was just a few teams, about 4 teams that were 4 or 5 teams that were out there, and so we thought, wow, okay, this we really need to kind of help get involved. And in talking with the executive director at the time, who she had also had lost a family member to ALS, she told us, this is kind of what we're trying to do. We're trying to, they had a walk that they were organizing, and that was kind of their only fundraiser. So they were trying to diversify. So as time went on that next year, and they started to plan again for the next tournament. A family friend of ours who was fairly experienced in setting up golf tournaments got involved and brought it to our to Tanawan Country Club, which was my dad's home course, and really boosted the tournament itself, and really got things kind of going. And with some of that help, they were able to, or that next year we had about 30 teams, I believe. I want to say 28 to 30 teams, I think, that signed up, and really kind of, got it started to get some good funding as a result of it. So from there, it grew a little bit each year, and we got a full-time director, and things started to really kind of progress with the association. They started a clinic here locally at the University of New Mexico Hospital, and we were able to get a neurologist to sign on and start to specialize in working with patients with ALS, and so things really started to come together, and it has continued to progress since that time. When the tournament in 2010 was named in honor of my dad. He was still alive at that time, but we lost him in 2010, and since then the tournament has been a memorial for him, which is quite an honor because he was a lifelong golfer, and really that was really his love, was golf. And so since that time we've supported the tournament, and a few years kind of went past, and things were progressing very well, and we were able to hire another executive director who was very experienced, and he, when he came in, Joe Cordova, when he came in to place, he said, you know what, we're going to make this the biggest tournament in the city. And he said, this is really going to be a marquee event, and we're going to do a great job. And so this year, we have officially become the largest tournament in I think in New Mexico, not just Albuquerque, but in the whole state, with 92 teams sold so far.
Wow.
So
that's incredible.
It's incredible. Yeah.
I mean, 92 teams, that's near 400 golfers in one tournament. But let's back up a little bit here. Your dad was the age of 62 when he was diagnosed with ALS. For those that are out there not familiar with ALS, being diagnosed at age 62, was there any signs leading up to something was wrong, we need to get dad checked out, or how did the diagnosis come up?
It's really hard to pinpoint. Looking back and from what we had learned about the disease after his diagnosis, as we began to look back, we probably could start to see maybe about a year and a half prior some of the symptoms start to emerge, but they're not symptoms that you would, like muscle spasms. He would complain every now and then about muscle spasms and a few things that, really aren't indicative of much. You think of a muscle spasm, okay, well, I need to go eat a banana, right?
Sure.
They're not symptoms that are they're really specific. So he had been, unbeknownst to us, he had been actually seeing a doctor for a few months because of the muscle spasms started to become really consistent. We looked back, and looking back, I remember one time we were at a family function, and he was slurring his speech, and my sisters and I kind of got after my mom and said, "Wow, Mom, Dad's really drinking a lot. What's going on? Right? This is really a problem. You need to get a hold of that." And she's like, "What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about." And come to find out, as that slurred speech was indicative of the fact that, at night or as you get tired throughout the day, that was a common thing too, it turns out. So the symptoms are really not specific necessarily to that disease.
What message would you have for somebody out there? Again, not specific symptoms here. At one point, Dad was slurring his speech. Muscle spasms. At what point does somebody say, Bill, you mentioned it in the opening of the show, getting ahead of something. So
yes.
Would your message be, hey, any little thing, a slurred speech, a muscle spasm, take it seriously and get checked out?
I think it just kind of goes back to, I think for a lot of people, just getting your annual checkups. For more than anything, just and just be honest and open with your doctor and let them know what's going on, because with this disease, unfortunately, early detection doesn't give you any advantage.
Right.
In the sense that the progression can be slowed, and they've made the ALS research has made some pretty good strides, I think, in recent years as far as trying to slow the progression of the disease. But there's still nothing that's extremely effective, in terms of slowing it down. So all I can say is, when it comes to that, just, and especially, just do your checkups and make sure that you're being aware and do what you can, because while some of the prescription drugs and things that are available have helped in that regard, it's still relatively untreatable.
Sure.
In that sense, I guess.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, we're going to take a break.
I'm certainly not an expert on treatment. So.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're going to take our break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more with Jamie Cox about the tournament itself, about what golfers can expect at the tournament, sponsorships, and how you could be a part of it, even if you can't be there in person, on how you can make a difference on curing ALS. We'll be right back right after this.
Have you ever seen a tour pro line up a putt with a dirty ball? No way. A clean ball rolls accurately, and accurate putts mean lower scores. The solution? Ready Putt. It's the putter cover reinvented. Ready Putt has a patented ball cleaner that's made to absorb and retain water. All you need to do is add water, and it remains wet throughout your round, giving your ball the perfect shine. It also has a magnetic surface to hold your ball marker and divot repair tool. Let's say you switch putters from round to round using a blade, mid-mallet, or large mallet. Ready Putt Original has you covered. The universal design with its unique foam insert fits 99% of all putters. It has the same water-retaining ball cleaner and magnetic surface features, so you'll have everything you need to prepare your putt. Look, putting is hard enough. Accurate putts start with a clean ball, and a clean ball starts with Ready Putt.
For more information about Ready Putt, visit ReadyPutt.com. That is ReadyPutt.com. Clean it and sink it.
Golf Dots is a unique, high-resolution ink transfer to personalize your golf game. Golf balls, golf shoes, and clubs, Golf Dots can personalize it for you. Golf Dots conforms to the USGA rules and doesn't alter the trajectory of your golf ball. Tour proven on all major tours, Golf Dots is designed and made in America. Many styles to choose from that will fit every golfer's personality. New styles are being released on a regular basis, so to order your Golf Dots, visit www.golfdots, that's GOLFDOTZ.com. Golf Dots is also available in many golf shops. The website for Golf Dots is www.golfdots.com. And if you enter promo code BIGJOHN15, that's BIGGJON 15, you get a discount for your Golf Dots. Or call 847-829-4238. Personalize your golf game today with Golf Dots.
Welcome back to Big's Golf Talk right here on the Lake County Sports Network, Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and not to forget about your Alexa devices as well. Big John Vick, along with the golf father Bill Cuevas, and joining us back for this segment. She had to take a segment off, but the one and only, the golf diva, Amanda Robertson. Just before we head into the break, and I just want to bring this up, where our guest today is Jamie Cox. She's one of the event coordinators for the Bud Nielsen Memorial Golf Outing that will be taking place on May 20th, and we'll get to all that information in just a bit. But the ALS clinic at University of New Mexico has applied for the highest certification from the National Association for ALS. So we're hoping they get that. From my understanding, they had a site visit just last week regarding that. And the local chapter has donated $15,000 to the clinic to help offset patient costs. So that's very, very special. And, Billy, that kind of segues our way into something that you have regarding a closet of some sort.
Yeah, when I was speaking with Jamie when we were in New Mexico, one of the things she brought up was a loan closet. And I think it's important that the listeners get to understand what the loan closet is, because I think it's priceless, because a lot of people aren't able to afford the equipment, let alone, by jumping in front of it and knowing that they need this equipment. I'm sure that Jamie and her people could help with this loan closet. So I wanted her to explain more about the loan closet and what other services are they providing, outside this, because I do know that 85% from the proceeds of the tournament are staying with the local chapter, and then 15% goes to the National Association, which is awesome, because that's what we all want. We want the money spent in our areas that we're raising the money, especially New Mexico, where she found that there was no support that they needed originally. So they're providing that. So Jay, if you can you touch on that loan closet that you explained to me, and then what other kind of care you offer the people that are going to be going through this kind of situation?
Yes, it's so exciting, to see where the ALS Association has, where we've come from and where we are today. So now in New Mexico, we have a full-time care coordinator that goes out to meet with families and help them in their homes to adapt and help them cope with where they are at that time. And then the loan closet was a huge is a huge benefit that the association provides. And so with that equipment loan closet, as I mentioned, this disease is very expensive. The equipment is very specialized to help the patient cope with whatever stage of the disease that they happen to be in. Just to give you an example, when my dad was alive and we were going through all of his care and so forth, it came to a point where he was really so weak that he was unable to walk, and he was losing his ability to walk. And so we had kind of like a little scooter, like one of those little scooters that he could cruise around in, and that was very helpful. But as the disease progresses and your muscles atrophy more, you need a more specialized type of wheelchair. So in our case, we had at one of his visits with a doctor, they had measured him for a very specialized wheelchair and had gone through all these measurements and so forth, and were getting ready to order a wheelchair for him. And that wheelchair, just to give you an idea, was about $18,000.
Wow.
That wheelchair, keep in mind, that was in 2009.
Yeah.
Right? So,
wow.
So
That's
fast
incredible.
forward 10 years, you can only imagine what the cost of that wheelchair is today. I'm sure it's probably $25,000 or more. But
Yep.
so in that case, we were getting ready to order this piece of equipment, and kind of reeling from the cost and what that was going to mean. But and Medicare does cover some of it, but not all of it, right? So we were going through this process. Well, it just so happened around that same time, a person passed away in northern New Mexico who had a wheelchair that would fit my dad. And so we didn't have to go through and actually spend the money, $18,000 on a wheelchair. That family was gracious enough to donate the chair back to the association.
Wow.
And it was given to my dad, and it just happened to be at the right time, right?
That's incredible.
That equipment loan closet is so vital to helping families through this process, and that loan closet now has really grown, and the association and our care coordinator Michelle, she goes out to families and she helps coordinate all of that and make sure the equipment is set up and correct and everything is good to go for each family. And so in New Mexico, at any one time, our association serves anywhere from 100 to 110 families each year. And New Mexico is a very rural state, right? I mean, it's a big state land-wise, but very rural. And so Michelle, she handles, I think, all of northern New Mexico, and we also have now, this last year, they were able to hire someone in the southern part of the state. And so now we're bringing more services down to the southern part of the state. They have a clinic set up in El Paso, and that's seeing those patients in the southern part of the state. So over the years, as the association's grown and we've raised more money and we're able to keep it here local, the services have expanded quite substantially. So we're very fortunate, and we're so happy to see the progression. And yes, you mentioned the site visit by the association, by the National Association. We're keeping our fingers crossed that our UNM clinic is certified as a treatment clinic. So we're really keeping our fingers crossed, because that means more resources from the National Association coming to New Mexico in our clinic here, and potentially even some research money. So it's all very positive, and we're very excited to be part of it.
Sounds like you've done a lot of footwork on this and really have gone full steam ahead with I'm sure some help from others as well. Let's talk about the golf outing, because it's your bread and butter. It's what's going to bring you some money, and it's going to help you with your goals and stuff like that. Starting off with 4 to 5 teams, and then going up to 30 teams, and now you find yourself with the executive director's help, Joe Karova, at 92 teams plus, which is that near 400 golfers. Talk about the tournament. at 400 golfers, I got to imagine this isn't just not one shotgun start. This is going to be a multiple start event.
Yes. So, gosh. So the course that we're playing at is still the Tanawan Country Club, and what's great about Tanawan is my dad was a member forever, so it's great to have it at his home course still. But we also have 27 holes that we've opened up for this tournament. We do have 2 shotgun starts. We have an 8 o'clock and a 1:30 on the 20th, and it's just such a great tournament. The golf committee that is headed by JJ Griego here locally, they have done such a wonderful job, and I'm part of it. But I feel like I do such a small bit. I mean, I really don't feel like we do much, like I do, or my family does as much as what they do. That golf committee has done a tremendous job in getting sponsorships and golf teams, and of course, we're always looking for more sponsorships. Of course, we're definitely open and definitely want to bring more people to the tournament because it's scheduled for May 20th, which is typically a very nice time of year here. It's not too hot, but it's warm enough to have a great golf outing. And it's just, we have a great time. I mean, it really, the Tanawan folks do a tremendous job in organizing it and keeping things moving. So we're really excited about everybody coming out this year.
I will tell you that we have a co-host here that has a business that can really help your fundraising efforts as well. She has a company called Backswing Golf Events that would place, and these are former LPGA golfers, current LPGA golfers, pro golfers that and you know what, Amanda's here. Let her chime in. But Amanda, it seems to me that this tournament, especially when you're fundraising for ALS. I don't know if you're familiar with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease.
I am. Yeah.
But a tournament like this that has 2 shotgun starts on 27 holes, maximizing their fundraising efforts is, should be, something that we all should be a part of. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah. So first off, I have to commend you for running such an awesome event. We do about 250 golf tournaments a year that we're brought into, and so many struggle getting teams. And what's great is when you have such a rally of people behind what you're doing, it makes life so much easier going from there for the event. You need the bodies there at the tournament. I will tell you that, so my company, we do a couple big events like that has a really great charitable effort behind it and a great support. And we come in and with 27 holes, I just did one not too long ago, about a month and a half ago, that was similar. We did 27 holes. I put 2 girls out there. We raised them over $10,000 just on that one 27 hole. So for you guys, I mean, we can come in and I would put 2 girls the first wave and then 2 girls the second wave, and that way the other 9 gets caught. And they would raise about, I would say, $10,000 per shotgun start. And so, I mean, who doesn't love extra money on the course? But also, it sounds like, and I've worked with ALS before, and it's just such a good rally of people that is incredible to get their support behind it. Everybody's so willing to donate, and it's a great cause. And plus, we provide a lot of fun on the golf course too, and they get to kind of compete against the pros. And so yeah, it's definitely, I just commend you for running such a great event.
And I can't take any of the credit. We have such a tremendous association. Our event coordinator, Katie Crouch, and the board of directors of the association here locally. I mean, it's a tremendous effort that I have to give kudos to where it's due, because they're just phenomenal. But
it takes a team for sure.
Yes. Super. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, it's super great. I mean, the effort here is just it's incredible. And like you say, we could not. Nobody would turn away additional money. Of course, we're always looking for new ideas. So definitely, we'll keep you in mind. We'll have to get offline and talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Go forward.
Jamie, we're talking about the golf tournament itself, the success it's having right now, but it can even be more successful as far as fundraising and things like that. Now, Solidified is your golf teams and stuff like that, and for next year, hopefully it can grow even more than that. And if people want to find out more information on how they could be involved in it next year, the event is May 20th, so it's coming up pretty fast. But certainly, immediately, if somebody wanted to become a sponsor, maybe a whole sponsor, beverage cart sponsor, dinner sponsor, something like that, you're looking for that, aren't you?
Absolutely. We are absolutely continuing to look for additional support from our community. The website the website link is http. Well, it's a bit.ly site, so it's a bit.ly/swing for a cure, and it's got all of the information available for the association. You can see that there are unlimited amounts of sponsorships available. We have one presenting sponsorship at $10,000, and then from there it comes down to $5,000, and then $3,000, and then so forth. So all of those, once you get into that site, you can see what the presenting sponsor provides. There's a gold sponsor, a corporate. You can also be a whole sponsor. I mean, every little bit helps, and it just brings more support to all of the families here in New Mexico that we can. One of the statistics that I think is kind of alarming is because of your relation with Folds of Honor, there are a lot of veterans that struggle with this disease, and so I remember when we were going through to the support group meetings and so forth, we did encounter several veteran families that were being treated here locally at the VA for ALS, and the VA does a tremendous amount. They do a great job with vets and all of that. So, every little bit that we can bring to these families, just to be a shining light in their life as they're going through this hard time, it's welcome. Whatever we can do, we definitely want to give as much support as we can to those families. So yes.
Jamie, how can people find out more information about the local chapter in New Mexico? Can they follow you guys on social media? Is there a website for you guys? How can they find out more information about even future events that the local chapter is hosting?
Yes, we do have a Facebook site. I'll forward it over so you can see what our event page looks like. So you have the link to it. And you can see all the scheduled events. That Swing for a Cure site, the bit.ly site that I mentioned earlier. It also takes you to the website is webnm.alsa.org. And on there, when you get to the New Mexico chapter site, there's also a calendar of events that's available on that website, so you can see. So we have our tournament coming up now. We also have the walk, the ALS walk, that's in September. And then our local chapter, we have another great person here in our community who has organized a fashion show.
Oh, there you go.
We have a little
that's
bit
very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's in February each year, and it really is a great time. I mean, it's one of those things where we try to incorporate fun and some positive things in the community to bring people out, and then also to get them involved with the association. And so the calendar events it's great. I mean, we've got, like I said, our association is so tremendous. They've done a great job in getting something for everybody, right?
Right.
You kind of think of golf as sometimes for the guys, and the fashion show might be for the ladies, and of course the walk is for
everybody,
for everyone. So
absolutely,
yeah.
We don't discriminate.
We're trying to cover it. Right? I mean, we got it all covered, right? We're doing what we can. So it's really fun.
Well, if you need an extra model, we'll send Big John to you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, God, no.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Yes.
We were talking about bringing men into the model. Yes.
Catwalk.
Yeah.
None other than the greatest.
Oh, my God. The way he struts. Woo, baby.
Right?
Yeah.
On that note, that's something nobody wants to see on a catwalk. Jamie, I want to say thank you for coming on. The courageous story, and you coming on here and talking about it takes a lot of courage. And we wish you guys nothing but the best of luck in your chapter, and certainly anything we could do here on BiGGs Golf Talk with promotion of any events, whatever you have coming up, even if it's non-golf related, we certainly would be a part of it. So just let us know.
Absolutely.
Oh, gosh, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking with you all and meeting you, and I really can't say thank you enough for shining a light on our little slice of heaven here in New Mexico. So thank you so much for all you do.
You got a big slice there. There's a very big slice.
Well, yes,
I love New Mexico. I mean, New Mexico is amazing when it comes to supporting causes.
Yes,
they really are. So I really love what they're doing, and overall for everything and people in need for it's a small tight community. I love it.
We are finding, Jamie, that New Mexico is the king of events in the United States of America. I mean, that state, I think, has an event every single day almost. I mean, some kind of gala or whatever the case might be. But it's always for a good cause, and that's always a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It is. We're very blessed. We've got a great state here. I cannot argue with that at all.
Absolutely. All right, we need to head into our next break. Coming up next here on BiGGs Golf Talk, it is BiGGs Product of the Week. Jamie, thank you so much, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back
Thank you,
after
Jamie.
this.
Having a corporate or charity golf event? Backswing Golf Events can supply your tournament with personable, professional golfers to entertain and fundraise on the golf course. They can accommodate any size group, whether it be 3 players to 500. They are your team. From range lessons, Beat the Pro, and Pro-Am style roaming, they're making lasting memories one swing at a time. So make sure to check out backswinggolfevents.com or call us direct at 661-316-3093 and book your pros now.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap, already providing over 10,000 scholarships. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
This is BiGGs Product of the Week. Each week, Big John and the Golf Father select a golf product to feature. Here is Big John Vic and Bill, the Golf Father Cuevas, with this week's Product of the Week.
BiGGs Product of the Week is sponsored by US Golf Challenge with Tito's Vodka. Qualify for the King's Cup today by participating in a local qualifier near you. Visit BiGGsGolfTalk.com to find a local qualifier near you. There's a link on the homepage for you to click on. Takes you to a list of local qualifiers that you can participate in on their current schedule. Big John Vic along with Bill, the Golf Father Cuevas, and BiGGs Product of the Week. And Billy, I choose this Product of the Week this week because I have tested it and I enjoy it. And it's really great for the golfer that has a budget, and it's really good for an affordable price. And that is Tech Rangefinders. Now, the rangefinder that I tested was the ULT-X. Tech is proud to present its next-generation rangefinder, incredibly clear and precise. The ULT-X vibrates after locking it onto the flag and can be used in any tournament. There's no need to compromise on additional features for accurate slope-enabled measurement. Now, the features on the Ultimate Rangefinder that we're talking about, ULT-X, target lock technology, catch flags up to 450 yards, accurate and reliable measurements, unprecedented, they say, accuracy of plus or minus a 1/3 of a yard, high visibility faceplate to ensure that your rangefinder is tournament legal, and it's rainproof and moisture resistant. Now, Billy, for the price and for that person that's on a budget, this is a great rangefinder for that person.
Yeah, I mean, overall, the amount of stuff that you get in the technology behind it and the durability,
it's definitely reasonably and great price for people. They're one of my favorite companies out there. We were fortunate enough, we've met them, and we actually have a video of them that we had done when we were at the PGA show. They came all the way from France.
Yes.
And they're amazing people. They got more products coming out. So I think, if people are looking for a good rangefinder.
And they always have chocolate for one golf father.
Yes, ooh la la! I love me chocolate, la chocolate. Yes, they already know that they're bringing the golf father some fancy French chocolates because I gave them an offer they couldn't refuse. But yeah, every year they remember me. They bring my chocolates. But they're great people. I think they got a great product. They keep improving it year after year. They've come a long way in a short time. And, I'm looking forward to, I know you have it. I have it. They got a new product coming out. So keep an eye on them. If you're looking for affordable pricing to find a really good value in rangefinders, definitely check out Tech.
Definitely in our top 3 of rangefinders, that's for sure. Now, they do have...
Absolutely.
Now, this is the Cadillac model, folks, of rangefinders that they offer that I just tested was the ULT-X. At the most expensive price range that they have, this is around $248. So just under $250. Right. Just under $250 for what it does. Now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other different models, too, that is under that $250 range. So makes for a great gift. Father's Day is coming up. Makes for a great gift for Dad if you're on a budget. And again, looking for something economical. They do have other models on there for under that price, but the Cadillac version of Tech is the ULT-X for just under $250. So that's a great price.
Yeah, and they've come a long way in their technology, right, Biggs?
Yes, they have.
Different things that they've
Well, they're known for the optics, right? So they're known for the optics on how, and I tested it. It's very true. Mm-hmm. The optics are very clear and very crystal clear. You know how some rangefinders you test and you get these off-market rangefinders, and it's all cloudy when you look through it, and you can't focus onto the flag and all that. This, boom, instant focus, instant visual. I mean, you see the flag very clear. And it locks in very quickly, too. And you feel that, especially with the ULT-X, you get that vibration, boom. Now you know you're in your distance. It's just a great... I mean, like I said, top 3 of my rangefinders, I currently have it in my bag right now, and that's because I was testing it, and it's going to stay in my bag for a little bit. So I like it.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a good one. It's definitely in my top 3 as well. They do a great job at a great price, and it's affordability for anybody because, we like the one, we play in rain. Especially you played in the other day this week in super wet conditions. So we need it because, sometimes we don't have that ability not to play if we're doing a tournament or if we're doing a show or whatever. Our stuff's going to get wet. So we need the waterproof aspect. I want to know that I hit my flags. It's really important to me. So when you have that wiggling your hand, go, wee, I know I hit the flag and not the tree behind it or not something else. So you want the accurate distance. They're really close and accurate. They're really affordable. They're built well, and they're built to last. And that's important, built to last.
It really is. And you bring up a good point just a little bit ago about waterproof because – if it's raining, you want to make sure you get your distance and you get it accurately and get it fast, and you still could do that even in the rain. But what about times that you just, it drops, and maybe it drops in water? Guess what? It's still going to work. Mm-hmm. Still going to work. Yep. Now, you can't submerge it in the lake and do that, but definitely if you drop it in a puddle and you pick it back up, it's going to work, and that's a key thing, especially like you said, Billy. This past week, I was golfing in a swamp. I wasn't golfing on a golf course. I was golfing in a swamp.
Your fairway was full of water. I saw the pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, can you picture that? Or if it got slippery, which is also nice. They got that silicone cover that they have on it. I don't know if you got yours, for yours, but I got a red silicone cover because it's red and white. So I got my silicone cover, and it adds even more grip
right
to it. So, but let's say you don't have it, and by accident it slips out of your hand or whatever. Like you were playing, and that thing falls in, boom, pick it up. Excuse me. You don't have to worry about, it got a little wet. No, it's okay. It'll be fine.
Absolutely.
But like Big said, don't submerge it underwater. It can get wet. There's a difference.
Right.
Not submerging, it can get wet.
Right. Exactly right. All right. So Tech. They are your BiGGs product of the week. And for more information, their website is us.techtech.com. us.techtech.com. Or you can call them at 833-383-2669. 833-383-2669. So that's one of the good things about them. And they have some great support as well. So, all right.
Yes.
BiGGs Product of the Week, sponsored by US Golf Challenge, and we want to just let you know that some local qualifiers for you to register is right now. You could register for Illinois out there in Rivoli,
Chicago,
Homewood, Illinois. June the 2nd has a local qualifier, and registration closes on May 23rd, so you want to make sure you register this month because it closes on May 23rd, and that's going to be taking place on June the 2nd. Another qualifier that's coming up on June the 6th, and registration closes on May 28th, is in Maryland, at Pikesville, Maryland, at the Suburban Club. June 6th for a local qualifier out there as well. June 2nd, registration closes for Connecticut, Wethersfield, Connecticut. It's a private club, so if you want to find out what a country club atmosphere feels like, go to Wethersfield Country Club. That is taking place on June the 8th, a local qualifier. And again, registration closes on June the 2nd. Another registration that closes on June 2nd, and the event is on June the 9th. Lebanon, Indiana, Golf Club of Indiana. This is a nice golf club. I've been there. The event is on June 9th. Registration closes on June 2nd. So all this stuff is closing soon. So you want to make sure you head over to BiGGsGolfTalk.com. All right. And register. You go click on the link, and it'll take you right to the registration page. And you'll be able to register and qualify for the King's Cup. King's Cup is actually taking place May 22nd through May 24th at Arnold Palmer, Bay Hill, and Lodge in Orlando, Florida. So, and we're going to be there. We're going to actually be doing a live show on that Thursday. So, Billy, it's going to be a fun time.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I want to see the camaraderie from the Irish team. I heard so much about it from the United States team from when they've gone there and battled. And I want to see who we bring home, or rather who we keep in the United States as family. Because that's all I've heard, why we're battling and trying to win and bring that cup here. Ideally, we're making friends, and we're going to be making a lot more family from a different country. So it's perfect. I love it.
And look for separate interviews as well, because we might be going live from a tee box or something like that on BiGGs Golf Talk with interviews. So it's just not that Thursday show, but we might be going live from the practice range. We might be going live from the clubhouse. We might be going live with the winners. We might be going live on a tee box someplace. You can find out by following us on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. That's the only way you're going to find out when we're going live. But we're definitely going to be doing, I think, a 90-minute or a 2-hour show from Bay Hill itself. So we're looking forward to that.
Yep. We should go live everywhere, Biggs. We should just keep going live. So people can see what they're missing.
Absolutely.
They're going to see it, and they'll be like, wow, look at that. Look at that party. Look at that dinner. Oh, my God, they're doing this. Oh, they're dancing. Oh.
You know what, Bill? I think what we should do is from the opening ceremonies, Bill, we should go live.
Mm-hmm.
One of us will have to be on camera, and that's going to be you. You're the face of BiGGs Golf Talk. I will be behind the camera filming you, but I think we should go live from the opening ceremonies and reporting from there on Facebook Live so people can see what it's like.
Oh, yeah, and we should have our new shirts by then, too.
Yes, we will.
BiGGs Golf Talk, baby!
That's right. Yes. That's right. All right, Billy, what's new for you this week, my friend?
Work. kids. Oh, my kids, next week they're doing their confirmation, and it's going to be a crazy week. Just preparing for that. Going to church a lot this week. So, yeah, that's what I got going on. I got a lot of responsibility for the church. I teach there. I'm a faith formation guy. So, in addition to my twins doing their confirmation, I'll be helping the 22 other students that I have prepare. So, it's going to be a really nice week.
Absolutely. All right, well, this week for me, I got baseball, and more Biggs Golf Talk. So, more Biggs Golf Talk business and all that stuff. So, all right, well, that does it for us. A special thank you to all our guests today, and congratulations once again to Justice Specs. And we need a phrase that pays.
Ooh, let's see. What should we pick? Let's put on par.
There you go. On par is the phrase that pays this week for the women's wedge. So head over to Biggs Golf Talk and enter, and head over to Instagram and tag some friends and get some additional entries. All right. We'll see you next week right here on Biggs Golf Talk. For the Golf Diva, Amanda Robertson, for Bill, the Golf Father Cuevas, I'm Big John Vick, and this has been Biggs Golf Talk. We'll see you next week. Good golfing, and you matter.
Peace.
It's Saturday morning. We're gonna play golf. The wife is moaning. We're gonna play golf. The kids are all screaming like someone's gonna die. The grass needs mowing, it's 2 feet high. But the boys are calling, so we're gonna play golf. Golf course, here I come. Play golf. It'll turn you lazy. Play golf. It'll make you crazy. Something strange happens to your brain when you take a big swing with that little white ball. It don't matter if we win or lose. Even birdie part and double bogey too. The boys are calling, so nice shot, Arnold. In-laws are coming over. We're gonna play golf. The smoke alarm's beeping. We're gonna play golf. Forecast is calling for all kinds of rain. Preacher man says we ought to be ashamed. The Lord have mercy, y'all. Where'd that come from? Play golf. It'll turn you lazy. Play golf. It'll make you crazy. Something strange happens to your brain when you take a big swing.